Man. Like, where do I begin, y'all? Where do I begin? You know, when this season started, The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, I'm so glad I did not abandon it. Like, I told y'all that I was going to give it 2 episodes to see if I was going to review the season. So I was like, okay, they brought Mary back. And, you know, they got a new girl. Jen is gone. The toxicity. Oh, I am so glad I picked this up. Like, we'll get into, like, me applauding this episode, but we just got a lot to talk about. This is my review for The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 4, Episode 16, titled Mysteries Revealed. Already, like, the production, this Emmy-worthy production. Did they get Scorsese on the line? Did they get Shonda Rhimes? I think it was Shonda Rhimes. Like, there were the rewinds. We had so many rewinds and misdirects. We start out with one. Like with Heather on the beach, we don't know who she's talking to. We fast forward to the dinner later in the evening. Someone's being like interrogated and we see everyone arguing. We don't know who the culprit is. I mean, we knew it was Monica, but they even had us second guessing ourselves. Like, well, is it Monica? Are they really gonna deliver? Bitch, they delivered like DoorDash. Like, they shut my ass up. They milked the hell out of this as they should have. Bravo. But look, again, I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah, but we see Heather is leading the charge on this. It's just so much theatrics and drama. But yeah, we rewind to 8 hours earlier. It is day 4 of the Bermuda trip. It is the last day. And also, has there ever been a housewife franchise that ended the season at the trip, at the cash trip? I'm trying to think. I'm drawing a blank, but I think this is the only one. But let me know in the comments. So it's a beautiful morning. We're in Whitney's room. She's clearly hungover from the past evening where her and Heather really got into it over something dumb, I think. Like, Whitney, really? Really? She exploited you? I totally disagree with that. But Monica's in her room and she's asking her, is she going to talk to Heather? I think she's open to it. And then Monica's also stirring the pot saying, well, you know, I was talking to Lisa and she said, well, you know, Whitney's being so dramatic. Monica has a really good Lisa impression. Whitney is pissed, of course, hearing this because she said Lisa is dramatic her damn self the way she was going off on Meredith in the last episode. So then we find out that the activities for the day is Leia's going to be driving on mopeds as well as some shopping. Afterward, we see Whitney going into Heather's room to talk. So Whitney starts out with an apology to Heather. She said she didn't know she was going to react like that. And they're having a more civilized conversation than they were the previous evening. Whitney's calmly saying that, yes, I approve what you put in the book, but reading it was different. Heather is like, how? Like, you read it already. Heather has a point, in my opinion. Like, you read what was going to be in the book. What changed? We cut to Heather reading the passage that Whitney's referring to, and it's so short, but you think hearing Whitney, like, she had a whole chapter dedicated to her. So Whitney is splitting hairs on the context of what she read. She's saying Heather portrayed her as just someone being sexually charged and promiscuous. That is quite the quantum leap, Whitney. But however Whitney feels about it, Heather just apologizes so they can move on. Good. I'm glad they wrapped that shit up because them arguing is mind-numbing. So then later on, the ladies take the Sprinter to go to their first activity to drive mopeds. Meredith on a moped. Heather is concerned for her because she's like, when's the last time Meredith's been behind the wheel? We cut to production asking her in her confessional, when's the last time she's driven? She doesn't know. Must be nice. Yeah, I don't think I would do this activity, especially if I don't know how to ride a moped. Like, Monica looked like she almost ran into the Sprinter. The guy runs up to her and says, you need to learn how to drive this. She's like, yeah, or I'll die. And he agrees with her, yes, you will. Oh, production, giving captions to an animal. And then we get flashbacks to the goats in the last activity they had. Fast forward. Well, that was a short drive. The ladies are now like in the shopping area. We see Monica saying that she's not really sad anymore about seeing her family, but it's nice to know that they came here, they helped build these places. Did they? Or did they invade this land and colonize? Child, so Heather, Angie, and Monica are in the store. Heather realizes that she forgot her card. She asks Angie to spot her. It looks like Angie forgot her card too, or she has a picture of it. But Monica's like, you guys, I have money. I can spot y'all. Why Monica's card declined? And you know the cameras caught it. But thankfully for her, she said it was because she was traveling internationally. She didn't alert her bank. But I will say, go back to the scene. She had to use a different card. It wasn't the same card. I don't know. Y'all let me know. It was a green card the first time, then she used a different one. If it was, international, she had to call her bank, couldn't she just use the same card? I mean, I know y'all saw that look on Heather's face, and the girls were going to hear about it later if it did happen. So then afterward, the ladies all meet back at the Sprinter. Everyone's happy, getting along. They head back to the house. Fade to black 1 hour later. Here we go. We hear that phone ring, and we're back at the first scene that we saw in episode 1 of the season. So yeah, we see production chilling and Heather answering the phone. Are you kidding me right now? And production, they start scrambling. And then, they knock on Heather's door. Production, they tell the cameraman, just go in anyway. Shut the fuck up. I'm trembling. We hear Heather saying, it's her. How can she do this to us? I'm freaking the fuck out. The cameraman barges through the room. Heather sees this and she just pushes the cameraman out. When the editing team add those Jumanji drums, you know shit's about to go down. All right, well, after that scene, we fast forward to 4 hours later. We see the ladies getting ready for dinner. We're in Heather's room. She's looking distraught. We cut to her confessional. She said she found out some damning information and she has to address it because it's going to affect the entire friend group. So already before the ladies sit down outside, Heather says she has a game for everybody to play. It's the dolls from her her Mormon-themed event they did a few episodes ago. So it looks like they finished eating dinner. They fast forward to the good part. Heather, she's in charge of the game. She says, we were playing the Bermuda Triangle. I cannot. Production is on one already with the editing, the suspense, the buildup. Oh, it's so good. So the theme of this game is unsolved mysteries. The ladies are going to choose somebody who they have a mystery about them that they want answered. So Whitney goes first and she picks Lisa because of what Monica told her early in the day, her calling her dramatic. She's saying, yeah, Monica told me that you called me dramatic, but my mystery is for you. Why can you be dramatic, but no one else can be? And they're going back and forth. And like Monica said in her confessional, the number of times dramatic was said is ridiculous. Yeah, production plays along and they said the word dramatic 15 times. So it's Meredith's turn and she comes for Heather, asking why didn't she have her back when all the ladies was jumping on her about the rumors and the nastiness about the DM she was allegedly behind. Heather tells Meredith that she decided to believe Monica because she was just so calm about it. Y'all notice that the common denominator so far is Monica, behind the ladies going at each other. Meredith is saying in her own way, just because I'm calm and collected doesn't mean I sent the DMs. I'm hurt. I'm hurt by you. So Heather and Meredith are still going back and forth, and Heather brings up Monica again, saying that, they all believe Monica over Meredith, which gives her an interesting segue to Monica, and she asks her, why do we believe you, Monica? Now see, at that point, I knew something was up. Monica responds that she had the evidence, the proof, the timelines, the DMs. It all added up to her and she owned it. So the way Heather's responding to Monica, you know something is up. She's like, oh, okay. So then Heather is just putting on a production right now. She said, well, I have Meredith's doll, but I don't have any questions for Meredith. I have questions for Monica. Heather then says, my mystery is who is the real Monica? Monica looks confused. She don't know what's going on. But Heather continues her soliloquy. So she's saying what she thought Monica was, and we're getting flashbacks to them hanging out, getting along throughout the season. And she's like, I saw someone who told it like it is, a truth teller, but I don't think that's what you are. Heather says the real Monica is someone who really doesn't want to be our friend. Someone that wants to profit from their lives and their pain. Monica's face is cracked right now, and the other ladies, they all look so calm and assured. So I'm just like, what's going on? Like when I first watched, I was like, wait a minute. Like she's getting her, but why are the other ladies so like calm about this? Heather says, I know who you are, who you really are. And then they stop the scene right there. And we get a Shonda Rhimes rewind, the second one. Heather is standing on the beach alone in dramatic fashion. She called down all the women before dinner. This was gag one. Like all the ladies knew going in the information about Monica. That means that like all this arguing and stuff, that was just the appetizer. They were faking it. Oh my God, just to get Monica. As all the OGs come down, not Angie K, you would have thought she messaged them 911 immediately. I need to talk to all of y'all. Where were Monica and Angie during this whole time? Like, were they getting their makeup done? Like, they didn't wonder, like, why four of the ladies are just talking to each other on the beach? Oh, we have another moment. I'm shaking. I'm physically shaking. Heather needs an Emmy nomination for this. Like, she showed up and showed out. Like, this was her moment to deliver, and the bitch delivered. Like, whatever you have to say about Heather, like, I get it. And we're going to get to that gag later. We're going to hold her accountable, but she orchestrated all of this, and then I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just watch this scene. So Heather's getting emotional as she's telling the ladies that Monica isn't who she says she is. And like even Lisa like is getting emotional. She's saying that Monica infiltrated their friend group and her real identity is Reality Von Tease. It's a Bravo blogger account that particularly followed Housewives of Salt Lake City, talked about all the ladies, and all the ladies, when she said that name, they immediately knew what account that was. The ladies are shocked and gagged. I mean, production has opera and drums in the background. This is Shakespeare. We cut to Heather's confessional and she's spilling all the tea on this account. So this was the account that released Jen Shah's video where she was yelling at her designer. That was Monica who released the video. She said after that though, the account was trolling the rest of the cast, the OGs. Production is showing us the receipts. The profile, it had 5,000 followers. Your local Real Housewives of Salt Lake City hot tea for entertainment purposes only. A Bravo fan account infiltrated Housewives. Infiltrated Housewives. A cast member on the show replaced Jen Shah. First seat at the reunion. Epic. Epic. So then we're seeing multiple posts on this account that said really nasty things about the other women. Like one says, actually, Whitney Rhodes is a swinger. She uses the bathroom as an opportunity to recruit. We see the account coming after Jen Shah. So now we're finding out how Heather knows all this information and the dots have all been connected. Like they have the timeline like out for us. First, her hairdresser knew Monica, her hairdresser of 2 years, Tanisha. And then she said she always thought Monica like just has an odd history with like sensitive information and exposing people. And it just made her think about that. So then when she was getting a gift for her at her beauty lab, she found out that there's a bunch of Monicas with different last names, all with the same birthday. So she's still doing some digging. And even more scandalous, one of the Monicas on file has an outstanding debt. So then we get to the whole DM drama involving Meredith, and it still wasn't all making sense to Heather. And then we go back to that scene where it was just Heather and Monica on the beach, and she asked her, like, do you think Meredith would do something like that? And Monica low-key outed herself when she said, no, I don't think she would do something like that. I would do something like that before Meredith. And she said that as a joke. So then after all this, Heather confronted her stylist, Tanisha, who knows Monica, and she said she had a crisis of conscience, told her that she was actually Reality Von Tease, and Tanisha was there for all of it. So you have two people infiltrating this group, like her hairstylist for 2 to 3 years, and you have Jen Shah's assistant. So then production cuts to photos, pictures of texts that was sent to Heather from Tanisha. And it's evidence. Like, oh my God. Audio, it's a lot. They have Monica saying, bitch, we're in the holiday. What's Heather's address? We just want to see it. Like, she's a fan. Like, this is some stalker shit. Like, did she seek out Jen Shah? That's what Heather said, allegedly. You go from Jen Shah's assistant, ratting her out, which, you know, I commend her for that. But then don't stop there. Like, you take her spot on the show. And then, like, you know all this information, but you don't share that with any of the ladies? That is scary to me. I'm sorry. It's ingenious, but it's also maniacal, sociopathic. But we're not even done with the episode yet. We still got 20 minutes left. Heather waited to the final hour to gather all that evidence so Monica couldn't refute it, backed her ass into a corner until she admitted it. So then we find out, even after all the information Tanisha gave her, she gave this information to, they bleeped the name out, like to check it out, and then they called her back, which was the scene that we saw of her freaking out. It seems like Heather was really upset by this, but wouldn't y'all be upset if you found out like somebody, you know, whose birthday you celebrated, you've been around them for 3 months and you're being friends with them and you find out they're doing all this behind the scenes? They know you already. That was coming on your life and they didn't even tell you? You brought them around your children, like in their homes? Like, I don't think people are getting that. Like, that is dangerous. That's a liability. Like, thank God Monica was just a thirsty fan trying to get on the show. Like, thank God she wasn't someone, like, actually crazy that could do harm to anybody on the show. After this, Bravo needs to raise up the vetting process on this show. I mean, you got Jenny Nguyen, the racist, on this show, Jen Shah, and now you got a blogger that infiltrated Housewives. Didn't even have the means to be on Housewives, but they still casted her. Now, I'm not saying that this wasn't the best season hands down and the best finale, but two things can be true. We're back to the ladies all talking on the beach, and they are just flabbergasted hearing all of this information. And that's the reason why they were so calm and collected at dinner. Oh, this is so dramatic. Heather tells all the ladies, I want to confront her at dinner tonight, and I want you all to back me up. This is some Big Little Lies shit. My mouth was on the floor, gagged. I was like, and the episode ain't over yet. Meredith is now getting emotional. I'm too tired of people trying to hurt us. Cinema. There go those Jumanji drums again. The ladies are all holding hands. They are at a united front. So now we're finally back at the dinner table. And Heather's saying, I know who you really are. You're the cyber bully, internet troll, Reality Von Tease. Monica is caught red-handed. She's like, Heather, no. She's tongue-tied. She's trying to figure out what she can say. That's a liar for you. Heather is going at Monica, saying she got the proof. She got messages, her text messages, saying that she's applying to hang out with these women. Like, everything. Monica, like, she's trying to just stop Heather from talking, like, trying to interrupt her. But Heather is clear and concise with her argument. They're going back and forth right now. Monica says, I would love to see the receipts. Heather's like, oh my God, I knew you were going to say that. I have your perfect formula. Receipts, proof, timelines, screenshots, every fucking thing. Give her the Emmy for that dialogue alone. I've been saying that all morning. Receipts, proof, timelines, screenshots, every fucking thing to prove that you're a bully. Like, Heather. That was perfection. This is iconic. Iconic. Legendary. And then let's just go back again, y'all. Editing department, y'all did that shit. With the receipts. Boom. Boom. Timelines. Everything. Like, it was perfect. Perfect. Oh my God. So good, y'all. This was fattening. Like, this is the pinnacle of what Housewives is just all about, even at the means how they got here. I mean, it's unsavory means, but this is some riveting shit. I needed to watch this with a crowd of people, like an audience in BravoCon. People would have been screaming. Ugh. Heather is telling her what time it fucking is. She said, you don't deserve to be at this table. You don't deserve to be around us for the things you've done. Monica now is saying that's bullshit. That was never my account. Like, girl, you're done. That's what Heather's like, you're done. Heather keeps trying to press her to admit it. Like, you are reality Von Tease. Monica then says, that's not true entirely. Girl, first you said no. Like, what is it? What is it? So once Monica finally admits it, that's when the other ladies start to jump in. You know Lisa was first. Lisa calls her disgusting. Whitney says she don't even want to sit by her anymore. Heather's like, we celebrated your birthday. Heather then tells Monica that she sought after Jen to work for her, to like infiltrate this group. Like, Monica says that's a lie, but again, we don't know what's true. Like, I can't trust anything Monica says after doing what she did. She then brings up the different names she went under. I mean, her mom did attest to that on social media before this aired, that Monica be using different names. Ooh, and this was the next gag. So they have Monica on security footage in Meredith's store when a clutch was stolen. Monica then tries to lie again and says, what are you talking about? Meredith is yelling at Monica now, you were in my store, Monica! Production then shows us the store footage. Monica is right there in that nasty looking blonde wig, looking in the camera. And then we find out she told Meredith she's never been in the store. Like, what? Like, that was the nail in the coffin for me, y'all. Like, you were in her store and lied about that? Like, if you lie about that, what else is you lying about? Like, I don't believe her about Bermuda. I don't believe her about, her mom. Like, I can't take her word for anything. They have Monica saying on record, I didn't say I wasn't in your store. I didn't steal from you. So then Meredith tells Monica she's not accusing her of stealing, but you did tell me that this was the first time you were in my store. Production then pulls up the footage 2 months earlier she was in Meredith's store, saying she never been there before. They got you, Monica. Just come clean. Come clean. Heather calls her a liar and a fraud. Monica's like, okay, Heather, okay. So then Lisa jumps in and says she was driving by Jen Shah's house. After that, Monica just unleashes on Lisa, calling her a stupid bitch. But Lisa, she ain't backing down. She actually got up. And in this scene, you can see two producers almost running outside when she got up. And you know Lisa getting her face. I'm glad she stayed on the other side of the table. You knew she never liked Lisa in the first place. It also just made me think, for her to be mad at Lisa, like call her like a narcissist or materialistic, like girl, mirror, here's a mirror. Monica's now telling the whole group that she didn't troll them. You guys are not listening. We cut to her confessional. She's saying reality Von Tease wasn't just one person. I believe that, but I don't think it just stopped there with them exposing Jen Shah. They were like, okay, we have this notoriety now. We're going to continue to follow the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I mean, you have somebody who's a hairstylist to one of the cast members. I also want to know, Heather, is she still your hairstylist after this, after finding out this information? And Monica, just because there were other people involved doesn't, take the blame off of you. Like, you still didn't tell nobody your affiliation with this, but you sat in these women's faces. She says, bottom line, their mission was to take down Jen, and the other ladies were collateral? Okay, I mean, that's y'all girl. That's y'all hero right there. Y'all are standing this. I mean, look, I give it to her for giving a great season. I mean, most villains do make the movie. But I'm sorry, I can't stand that behavior. Be like, oh girl, you did that. Like, I see Carlos King on Twitter. Like, especially, he was in her her live the other night, begging her for an interview in the replies. Like, really? Carlos King? And I can see why he's standing her if he himself went behind somebody's back to get the rights to their life story. especially from their mom behind their back. Okay. Anyway, this isn't about Carlos King. Let's continue. So as Monica's yelling, defending herself, Angie gets involved now, and now they're going back and forth. Monica's like, Angie, you want to go there? You want to go there? You want me to say your involvement? And, I do believe that, look, Angie was cool with Jen. It's a possibility. But Angie does say that, yeah, she messaged that account and was laughing at what they posted. And we get those screenshots. I'm looking at her DMs right now, and nothing really looks incriminating. A lot of housewives, they follow the blogs and they comment on certain stuff. Margaret Joseph, she commented on some of my stuff, a bunch of the housewives actually. I can't think of them all right now, but this isn't too incriminating, in my opinion. Angie then gets up about her seed. It's getting real vitriolic too, the way Monica's going at her. And it looked like Angie's about to throw the flower arrangement at Monica. I wish she did. Monica's like, throw it. Angie's like, I'll shove it down your throat. Whitney now jumps in when Angie says, I'm being completely honest with y'all. Lie. Whitney's like, you're not being honest at all. Whitney says, you've been a part of that account that's been trolling me for years. Monica's like, that wasn't me though. You're still affiliated with it. Oh, so now Monica is putting it all on Tanisha. It was Tanisha's account. All right. We did see Tanisha came out. I don't follow her, of course. I just saw on the Bravo blogs that Monica is lying. And look, I believe Tanisha over Monica. Monica has lied throughout this entire season, much like Jen Shah did her last season. I see Jen Shah in Monica. So I don't see how y'all can stand Monica when she's showing characteristics of Jen Shah. So things have calmed down a bit, but Meredith asked Monica, okay, so what was your involvement with Reality Von Tease? What did you post? Monica is getting it from all sides. What did you do with the account? Monica, tell the truth. It's so good, so good. I'm gonna be late for work reviewing this, but it's worth it. So then after all this, it's quiet. She's like, okay, so this is what I did. She said that she recorded Jen and she posted it on the blog. And that's her part in it. She admits that. So then Lisa interjects and says, okay, so you're gonna film us whenever you're pissed at us? Ooh, and Monica delivers a nasty read to Lisa. I thought it was earlier in the scene, but it's actually this part. Came for her age, her looks, Leatherface, Donald Trump support. Damn. But again, Lisa ain't backing down. She then accuses Lisa of abusing her employees like her best friend Jen Shah. She says that she never lied to any of them. That's a lie. She's now trying to play on everybody else with their dark, dirty little secrets. Whitney gets up and is like, no one has the secret. You're the one with the dark secret. Monica's still trying to explain herself. She said Tanisha ran the account. She says 2 more names that are bleeped out. Everybody else ran the account. No accountability on her part. She says all she did was expose Jen Shah because she's the worst person she's ever met in her life. Probably next to her mom, maybe. She has no type of empathy, no remorse, and that is the characteristic of a sociopath. She is a sociopath. The argument is continuing because Monica just isn't owning anything. And they're like, Monica, you were around us all this time, didn't tell us anything. You're a liar. Not Monica telling Lisa to leave and then Lisa yelling at her, you get the fuck out. Heather now has had enough. She gets up. She says, let me tell you something about this group, saying what all they went through. And she connects it to the torture that Jen put them through. And I'll agree with that. She's now comparing Monica to that and saying, we are not going to go through this again. I ate shit for Jen. I did this. I protected her. She said she went on a book tour to defend Jen, even though the fact of the matter is that she gave her the black eye. After that, I was like, oh my God. The other ladies didn't know that part though. That was the 3rd gag, maybe the 4th or 5th gag. We knew that bitch gave you the black eye, Heather. Why did you lie about that? Really? Were you that scared of her? Now, a lot of people are saying like, oh, you're giving Monica all this energy when Jen Shah should have gotten this energy from the group. I get that, but maybe the group just had it and didn't want to go through this a second time because the girl, she does remind me of Jen Shah. And fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And the ladies didn't want to make that same mistake, so they are nipping this in the bud now. Get this bitch from around us. So now we get the flashback of when she first told Meredith about the black guy. Jim was sitting right next to Meredith, just lying. Both of them lying. After that revelation, it is a pin drop. And Monica, without even flinching, well, I'm glad you finally told the truth for once. Good for you. Wow. Like, she has no remorse at all. Like, she just chill. That's a special type of evil, y'all. I'm sorry. I guess Heather's confessing her sins right now. She's like, I ate shit for this woman. I've lied for her. I am not doing the same for you. Pack your bags and go. Monica, she just gets up from the table and she walks off. You can leave. She should have did that, but, Heather had to put her own spin on it. As she's walking away from the table, we cut to her confessional. Monica says she knew eventually it would come out. And gossip, she compares herself to Gossip Girl. I mean, it's impressive, like how she got through the ranks. Super impressive. I will give that to her. But that is some dastardly shit. Like, she really pulled the ultimate con. All right, so Monica's gone from the table. We're just with the ladies, like just reflecting, and Heather starts crying. She's emotional and they're just holding her. So now we're getting the whole cards for all the ladies, like what they're up to now. It don't matter. I'm fast forwarding through that. I also got to get to work too. But I do fast forward to Monica's part, and she's now saying that there's other things that she could have said that she chose not to. But at this point, why should we believe you? Look, you better bring the receipts to the reunion. And speaking of the reunion, it is going to be 3 parts. I have no problems with that. These ladies seen each other at BravoCon. I was wondering, why is there no panel? Made perfect sense. But Monica's card is, since arriving home, Monica has not spoken with the other women nor her mom. With her divorce finalized, she is focused on raising her daughters and has no plans to return to Bermuda. I wonder why. Probably can't afford it too. So then we get a little preview of the reunion. It looks good. I'm going to be here for every part, y'all. Like, this is such a difference from last year. Wow. And then we see she got the burn book. We see the other ladies reacting like, oh, God, here we go. Look, y'all can say whatever y'all want about Monique Samuels, but the way she got in to Giselle's ass, it was iconic. And you can't even fault her for that. That was a moment, and everybody's trying to recreate it. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting, like how editing and how they react to the whole burn book. We do see Mary Cosby. I just don't know, is she gonna come back next season? I don't think she should come back next season. Like, again, that is an extreme liability. Thankfully, she wasn't a crazy person that was going to do harm to the cast. Now, I could see her filming with maybe Mary. Like, Mary probably wouldn't mind. She probably would have said, girl, you did that. But other than that, I could see them doing maybe a 2 to 4 episodes for her where she's like really remorseful for once, and the ladies sit down with her and say, like in a quad fashion, we don't want you around here no more. But I can't see her as full time. Like, it's not going to work. And I also think that, Heather, Meredith, and Lisa, they would all walk if she came back next season. I don't know. I mean, that's what I think. I mean, I see a lot of people saying that they should definitely bring Monica back. She's the best thing to happen to the show. 2 things can be true. She's a sociopath, and she was the best thing to happen to the show. But yeah, just what a turnaround, y'all. Like, this was one of the best finales I have seen in years. This blew Beverly Hills out the water. I just don't know where the season can go. Like, this was explosive. I am so glad I decided to review this season. So good, so good. Emmys for everybody. Everybody showed up. Oh my God, I've been thinking about this since I woke up, y'all. I had my 3-episode review. I was going to edit that first, but I was like, after seeing this, I wanted to turn my camera on that night at 1 a.m. I had to look at it at midnight because I was looking at it on Peacock. Oh, what an episode. Please let me know whose side y'all are on. Like, should Monica come back? Where do you think the show's gonna go from here? I know a lot of people are, trashing the other ladies, saying that, they were all for Jen Shah, but now, like, Monica's a big deal. And I do get it. Like, stealing from old folks and then, infiltrating a show as a blogger, two different things, but it takes a sociopath to do both, I think. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head right now. If I forgot something, let me know in the comments. With that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the reunion. Bye.